What's up guys, it's me, Janne here once again with you, and in this video I'll be going through 5 different types of rally game players, and these aren't necessarily a bad thing. They're just like different kind of descriptions, and I'll try to also teach a bit on how to get rid of the bad traits on each type, if there are any. And yeah, let's begin the list. So yeah, here we have the Noob, and as the name says, he isn't that familiar with rally games, so of course he's trying to, well, probably he's trying to play with the controller and trying to use that as a steering wheel. And yeah, the biggest problems for these kind of players usually are that they do not know the importance of pace notes, so they basically drive what they see, and they don't know how to prevent themselves from crashing that much, and yeah, the crashes are just that you are going way too fast into a place and you're just not aware at all where you're going. And also another sort of a sign where you can tell a noob is the amount of inputs. And yeah, here again our noob has missed the breaking point completely thanks to not listening to notes. But yeah, the inputs are really like on-off type of thing. They're not like smooth and slightly increasing the throttle, but it's just like either 100% on or completely off, and same with the brakes and the steering. So it is really slow, and also it makes the car unstable as fuck. So yeah, the basic rule on how to improve from this is to watch tutorials and also just to practice and get a feel for the game, familiarize yourself with the controls and all that. Just, yeah, it sounds dull, but practice is the key. Second on our list is the circuit racing driver, and you're wondering how the fuck this has anything to do with rallying, but yeah, it's sort of a nickname that I've made up for people who have only been driving circuit racing and are just stepping into the world of rallying. They usually have some sort of knowledge of car behavior and car control and all that, but they'd rather lose their life before losing grip, so they're really having tidy lines, as we can see here around the hairpin, not sliding at all. So yeah, the basic way on how to get rid of this is just to, again, practice a bit, but then also just to be more braver in a way that you actually like throw the car into the corners and brake before the corner, not into the corner. Before the corner, make the car turned in, and then go flat out on a throttle through the corner. So yeah, that's how you get rid of being the circuit driver. Third on our list is the next self-proclaimed Colin McRae. So yeah, these might be a step ahead of the circuit racers. They know how to slide the car, they know how to use the tire wall resistance to slow the car down and all that, but they are too confident in their own skills and might have a bit of a know-it-all attitude as well. So they think that the fastest way around the corner is to use the least amount of brakes, and that might be down to the famous and really badass quote of Colin McRae, which is, "If in doubt, flat out." Yeah, it's amazing, but it only applies to certain amount of situations. For example, if you're doubting if you're going too fast into a corner, that's not a flat out situation. There you need to press the brake. And yeah, it's really spectacular, yes, but it's over spectacular, the way of driving with these people, and to the point that it's actually slowing them down, constantly recovering from close calls or slight accidents, and instead they could just calm themselves down a bit and sort of try to prevent the crashes instead and try to stay between their own limits. So yeah, a really good tip to get rid of this is that you have a brake pedal. If you have 2 pedals, it's the one on the left. If you have 3 pedals, it's the one in the middle. Use that. It's really useful in slowing you down, and you might want to use it also before corners so you can get a better exit if you have a good line and good speed through the corner, instead of going flat out into the corner, barely slowing yourself down and usually stopping to a halt mid-corner and then accelerating off. And yeah, this kind of driving might feel fast, this Colin McRae-ish driving, but it is not fast since you're constantly recovering, basically. So yeah, use brakes, calm the fuck down. Alright, here we are, start of the stage. Lancia Delta S4 H pattern gearbox with clutch as it should be. And we need to pull the handbrake, but the Lancia Delta S4 doesn't have an handbrake. Can't do it. Maybe I won't just play today either. And that was a small glimpse in the everyday struggles of the elitist slash the purist. And the purist is a person who wants to play the game as accordingly as possible. So for example, with this Lancia Delta S4, it would mean that playing with H pattern and clutch transmission and not using the handbrake at all, since the real car had those configurations as well. And for example, with a WRC car from 2010s, he would be using a sequential stick shift with the Fiesta and all that. So yeah, they might go even to quite worrying lengths in order to achieve the most realistic experience possible. And usually these guys play with the steering wheel and a shifter, 3 pedals, handbrakes, all that, dedicated rigs, motion rigs, whatever. And if it's not that, it's utter garbage in their opinion. So yeah, those people might be really hard to become friends with if you're only playing with a T150 or the G29 or something like that. If you don't have a OSW, you are utter shit completely as a person, according to them. But yeah, the thing that is holding these people up is their pride and elitism, really. And yeah, it might lead into them being good drivers, but they are really condescending against people who are able to achieve such as good results with lesser equipment and or with the pad, or using paddles instead of H pattern and all that, or using handbrake with the crew B cars or whatever. But yeah, and to get rid of that it is just that there's a simple hint: chill the fuck up. It's, after all, it's just a game. You're not competing for the world championship, most likely, and you're not solving situations between life and death. So yeah, just live and let live, and calm the fuck down. The last on our list is the Sunday driver, and yeah, he's the least harmful in this list, pretty much. He's just minding his own business, enjoying the driving experience, not maybe being the most competitive guy out there, but just enjoying the driving experience, taking his time to admire the views and all that. And but yeah, also there's some downsides in being the Sunday driver, since you are treating the car as it is your own, meaning that your average shift time will be 2.5 seconds per shift, since you're trying to avoid miss shifts in order to make the gearbox last as long as possible. Also driving pretty much on the middle of the road and not carrying too much speed into the corner. But yeah, if I were to be one of these categories in this video, it would definitely be this, since the Sunday driver is a person pretty much who doesn't give a fuck about anyone else's opinions and does this only to make himself happy, not to compare his equipment to others, or not to crash because that's awesome or any of that. He's just driving for the pleasure of driving. And yeah, these drivers usually have a sort of a gentleman vibe in them, sort of like an older male in a suit, just doing this as a splendid hobby, since this is a lot lower risk than actual motorsport. And yeah, these Sunday drivers might also stop every once in a while in order to admire the scenery. So if you see one of these Sunday drivers just stopping on the route, it's nothing to worry about. They're just experiencing Greece, for example, in a whole new way.
Left 6, braking 60.
And there you have it, 5 different types of rally gameplays, and I hate each and every one of them. Nah, I'm just kidding. Obviously, the more we have players in the sim rallying community or rally game community, it means that we will probably get more games as well, since demand and supply works in gaming as well. So yeah, hopefully this video also helps you maybe identify your problems with rally games, if you have some, and yeah, if not, I hope that you guys are able to treat this video as much as a joke as I can. So yeah, don't take it seriously, since I'm not serious. I'm Janne. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys. Fuck, I don't know when, but I'll see you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.